Hello and welcome to AvidMax Tying Tuesdays. Today we're going to show you how to tie a woven wire caddis. Today we're going to tie this fly on the Daiichi 1130. Great scud style hook. It's an offset hook, which is really nice. And then we're going to put a bead on this fly. It's the countersunk tungsten bead for a little bit of weight. The black nickel color from MFC. I'm going to use just a little bit of lead wire using the 010 lead wire wraps. And then our thread today is going to be the Beavis 10-aught in olive. We're going to make that the main part of our body, the underbody, and then we're going to weave some wire, kind of the cool aspect of this fly, using olive and chartreuse small UTC ultra wire. And then our thorax region is going to be using the Ice Dub Peacock Black color. All right, so you can see I have my hook set in the vise. This is a size 14 we're doing today for this Caddis Pupa. And with the bead on it, that black nickel, I already did some wraps of the lead wire here as well. So we're just going to start our Beavis thread right behind the wire using the 10-aught olive today, like I mentioned. We'll tie that on and clip it out, and then work on a little bit of a thread dam like we do when we're working with the lead wire. Just to keep everything in place and to start our profile of our bug. So once I got that set, don't need to go too crazy there. We're going to work in our wire. So first we'll tie in the olive on my side, and I'm just going to measure out right about to where that wire ends so that I can keep a nice smooth transition. Chartreuse on the opposite side, just like we did the olive there. And we'll capture that down and then work our way back and just create an underbody utilizing this UTC olive thread. This is a really cool look when the fly is completed. I had never seen anybody do a woven wire fly before until recently on Instagram. There's a guy in Finland. His Instagram is Back to the Stream. And I saw him do some variations of this and just thought it was a really cool look, and thought we'd offer out a pattern for you guys as well. So just work on our body here, make it nice and smooth, because this is going to be the underbody. And then again, we're going to weave that wire over top of it. Traditionally, you see woven flies done more so with different yarns and chenilles and things like that. The same method of weaving either way. If you're familiar with like the Bitch Creek or a Polish style woven nymph, it's the same weave that you utilize on those flies as well as what I'm doing here. Get that half inch where I want it, and we'll start our weave. So most of the time I see people, they'll half hitch and then they'll clip that off, turn the vise to face them. When I was experimenting with it before I had seen that, I just kind of figured out how to do it this way, and so this is how I've been doing it, and it's going to be a little bit easier for you guys to see as well anyway. So basically we're going to have one color on the bottom, and that's going to be my brighter color, this chartreuse. So you pull down to the bottom, and then we're going to take our top wire, we're going to go underneath it, and then back over the top, just like so. The key to this is the amount of pressure that you put as you weave it around, because inevitably what you want, and I'll get a couple of weaves in here before I show you because it'll be easier to see, is you want those knots that you're creating as you go up to be fixed right on the side of the hook. So let me do a couple and then I'll show you what I mean there. This is probably the easiest material to weave. It's a great way to start because it stays in place when you let go. All the other materials want to come undone, so when I do it that way I have to hold it, or you can utilize the method where you hold both of them and are weaving from here. So you can see there, it starts to create just some knots on the side and kind of creates a really cool, almost a skeleton look to the fly. So we'll go ahead and weave this on up to the front. Just being conscious of our spacing, and then also where we're placing those knots. And you could clip out your thread. You can see it's getting on my way a little bit, but I'm fairly used to it being there, so keep at it this way. And there are people out there, when they do it with the method with the bead facing them, that can do this much quicker than I am here as well. So as you go, you know, just kind of check out and make sure how your wire's laying. Looks like that my underbody's pretty good there, and the weaves on top are looking pretty consistent. So just pay attention to what you're doing before you get too far and have to come back around and undo things. You can do some different color options as well. I like to do black and chartreuse as well, utilizing the black for the back and the chartreuse again for the belly. Coppers, black, golds, different colors, just play around with them and you can get some cool looking flies in doing this. So I always take mine pretty much up to the bead, and then I just kind of, I'll spin the wires together there. And then I can come over them and capture them at the front here. And we'll be doing some other variations of this in the future. We had somebody request a knotted nymph, and I believe this is what he was referring to, this method of weaving, because you can do it for a lot of different types of flies. We're doing a caddis here today, as I mentioned. You can do stoneflies, look really good if you're doing a brown and a copper on a straight shanked hook. You can get some cool colors there. And then again, the bitch creek, which is a real famous fly, you can utilize some different materials and get some different looks as well. So now that we got our wire woven how we like it there, I'm just going to kind of figure out where I want my thorax to be, like so. Not too far back on the caddis. I just want this to be kind of the leg section of the fly. We're going to use that peacock black eye stub. This is a great color. I use it, you've seen me use it before. I use it on a lot of flies. It's a great substitute for natural peacock because it looks pretty similar when it's done, and it's just far more durable. So we're going to wrap ourselves a nice bulbous thorax here. Just a little bit more. And then what I like to do with it, we can whip finish it here. Again, weaving the wire is not too difficult, so it's a good place to start here. And I just think the look is amazing. Once we got our whip finish down, clip out our thread, and then I'm going to use my dubbing brush here. Just kind of pull everything, this dubbing down, give it some legs sticking out on the bottom. But really cool fly, very fishy fly. You can save the time if you don't want to weave it and just do some regular wire wraps and have an effective fly as well, but nothing beats that look that you get when you weave it. So there's a nice woven wire Caddis Pupa. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. If you have a fly you'd like to see us tie in the future, leave us a comment below. For more fly fishing and outdoor related videos, subscribe to the AvidMax YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.
My heart over my mind, I'm not over